What a beautiful sequence. But let's just pause it for a second and listen to this shot with the raw camera audio. Oh God, that's not good. Pause it. Audio is incredibly important. It's one of the most crucial things to working on your movie. It can make a bad camera good and a good camera bad. Bad audio conquers good video every day, all the time. In this video, I want to dive into some of the crucial techniques that I've used on my last 2 short films that I did that were completely ADR'd, that have a very juicy sound design in them and have been labeled as being very cinematic movies. And the reason why is because the audio is really good. Now, that doesn't discount the amazing visuals that are attached to it, but amazing visuals, they just don't work well with bad sound. The first thing is to be able to attach sound to a visual. And this is just some sort of technique that I've been able to build, and I want to share that with you. Take a look at this shot, for example. What do you see? You see some trees, sky, water, and a little bit of grass. With sound visuals, what you can do is look and go, okay, there's the sound of water, but not just water, let's make them waves. Great. Now, there's the sky. What does the sky sound like? Well, it could sound like wind, and maybe some seagulls, for example. Great. So now we have seagulls, waves, and now it starts to have a bit of a beachy vibe. Screw it, there's a lighthouse by. Let's just add that in. Now all of a sudden you're adding a bit of a character, but that's not done just yet. Maybe the grass has a bit of sound. Let's add a bit of that in. Okay, great. Now it's getting to be a little bit intense, but whatever, screw it. Now let's add the sound of chimes coming in, because there's a thing over there with chimes. There's a little patio with chimes that a grandma's sitting at. No one needs to know. And all of a sudden we've painted this amazing picture with just sound. Maybe if we were just to delete the video, or maybe just made it blurry and had the sound, all of a sudden you're able to paint the picture. And the more you realize that you can actually paint a better picture with sound than visual, the more empowering it is as a filmmaker, not only within just post-production, but actually within production.
You were right. Hannah, love. I would do anything to share the simple life with you. I would go anywhere, be anything. I'd trade it all, become the right man, a brave man. I'm not afraid.
So as you can tell, sounds really help provide a lot of storytelling mechanisms. But let's show how volume and decibels of those sounds really can help elevate your story as well. Let's take a look at that shot again. Now within this shot, there's obviously all these things going on. If you were to play it all with the same volume, it becomes overpowering. You can simplify it and just, let's say, have the sound of just the waves. Or just simplify it even more so and have the waves and the wind. And now all of a sudden it has a horror vibe. But it's funny enough, the water doesn't make that harsh of a wave sound. But if you wanted to have a bit more of an eerie vibe, you just do harsher waves. As humans, some reason, psychologically, we connect visuals with sound, even if it doesn't line up perfectly. That's what happens. I don't know if you've watched those videos, but I love watching those videos of them recording ADR and the sound of like a dog scratching on the ground is some guy wearing gloves with coins stuck on them, or like, it's just like, I don't know. Have you seen that? It's weird. It's weird stuff. So the same works with doing your own Foley for your movie. Yes, harsh waves doesn't make sense, but it works. Sound of seagulls. There's no seagulls on this island, not a single one, but it gives it kind of a beachy vibe. And also, there is no lighthouse near us, but it works. And choosing which one holds the priority of what the sound is also tells the story. For example, if I didn't want it to feel like a wonderful beach, maybe I exchange the seagulls and throw in the sound of crows. Oh, now it's a horror film, right? Now you're starting to get the flavor of it. But we can continually change this one shot over and over again to give it different flavors. sound of a nice subtle wind through some chimes gives it that romantic flavor, but we could even dive deeper to the horror vibe and give it a harsher wind with no chimes and listen to what it sounds like. And to build up that dramatic element to it, you can even add in a slow, low basing drone hum to that. And all of a sudden you get more of a cinematic symphony of scarcity. I don't know what that means. So by adding different elements, adding different sounds, you can either make it a rom-com flavor or you can make it a horror flavor, but the visuals don't necessarily change. We're not adding in music, we're not changing the color grade, and we're not applying any sort of narrative. The only thing you're doing is applying sound. And by doing this, you can also intensify sounds. By layering sounds and having more and more within your track, gives you the paintbrushes and gives you the tools to paint the picture of the story that you want to tell. And repetition makes the master in this, and practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. But just experiment with layering in all of those different sounds. And I would recommend taking a look at my 2 short films. One I have is called The Statement, which is a sci-fi film, and the other one I have is called I Speak With No Voice. Both ones were done completely with ADR. Zero of the sound within those movies that you watch, zilch, not even a single little beep beep, is real. All of it was done within post-production, but you can tell how that really creates a flavor. And if you are ADRing a lot of that audio and you are doing a lot of it in post-production, whether it's Foley, dialogue, you name it, you have much more option to control it. So you can do things like swells, for example, to cut you from one scene to the other. So my camera died when I was filming that, so we're finishing it all up on my cell phone. The sound doesn't sound that great just yet, but if we add a little bit of room tone, maybe those chimes again, why not? And then we'll just some music. Great. Thank you guys so much for watching this video about sound design. I absolutely love using it and playing around with it and putting it into videos. I think it's such a powerful tool that is very underutilized when it comes to filmmaking, and I think it can just really elevate so much stuff. If you enjoy me talking about this and want to learn more, dive deeper into layers of sound effects, how to put them in your short films, all of that, let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoy this video that much, please share it with all your filmmaking friends and fam jam. It really does help. Like, rate, comment, subscribe, do the thing that you do with all the other YouTube videos. If you could do it on this one, that'd be amazing. And also check out the blog by PremiumBeat. The whole write-up of this tutorial is part of that. So if you didn't have your pen and paper with you, that's it. Anyway, you're like, Zach, stop filming with your cell phone. I'm over it. Okay, well, that's it. Have a wonderful day. See you guys later. And I just got an email. That wasn't a sound effect. Okay, goodbye.